start to lean into your purpose and really turn that into something that you can actually then make a living off of, God, it's such a beautiful thing. And coaching allows you to create that financial independence because you can set your own rates. You can have multiple revenue streams going in. Hey mama, welcome back to the Wellness Revolution podcast. I just realized in my last solo, I didn't even wish you a happy new year. So happy new year. I hope that you guys are starting off January with a friggin' bang. I'm so excited for January. God, I've got so many awesome things coming up in my business and just in my personal life. I am on fire for 2025. And today I want to talk about a topic that I am really on fire about. And I weave into a lot of my episodes because I feel so passionately about this. And this is really why coaching and becoming a coach, particularly in the online space, is the perfect business and the perfect route for achieving financial independence and freedom for divorced moms. If you are a divorced mom and maybe you've been exploring different revenue streams for bettering your financial situation, maybe you've been looking at different online business ideas, like you've probably seen it all, right? Everything from selling digital products to like becoming a virtual assistant to maybe doing some like MLM stuff where you're selling products or like social media management. And all of those I think can be, I'm not dogging any of those, but I think that what I want to spend some time talking to you about is why coaching actually stands out as the perfect business model for divorced moms. And I got to tell you, it's not just because that's what I do and that's what I help women with, but it's because it really does solve the exact challenges that we face as busy single moms who are starting over. So I want to get right into it and I want to just dive into talking about what are some of the unique advantages of online coaching for divorced moms. Well, first of all, there are no inventory or like startup costs associated with starting an online coaching business. Like if you can create an Instagram account, you have a way to collect money from people, you have the startup of a business, right? Now, obviously, as you grow, that will change some, but in the beginning, especially as you're trying to build out a community and grow a social media following, that's all you need. Like maybe an Etsy shop that requires you to buy materials, some sort of Amazon like FBA thing that you need to have inventory, or even like I know with a lot of the MLM type things or like the digital product type models, you have to buy those products up front. And when you're talking about becoming an online coach, like I said, all you need is your story or an Instagram account, pretty much, right? And that you can get going with that. The other advantage I think that coaching provides is that you really have a flexible schedule that you can control. You have this ability to work from wherever, whenever you want and setting your own schedule. As you guys know, like this is one of the huge advantages of owning your own business is that, guess what? You don't have to ask your boss off for anymore for like school events. And this was a really big driver for me in starting my business because I knew that me, moving to like a sole parent in my house with my kids, when the kids were with me, when it was my time, I had to be everything for everyone all the time. And I couldn't do a job that tethered me to a desk. I needed to have some flexibility if I was going to be able to show up as the mom that I wanted to show up as. So flexible schedule. We already talked about work from anywhere. I love being able to just take my computer to like when I'm sitting in the doctor's office for my kids, or like tomorrow, Avery's got an orthodontist appointment. It's going to be like 2 hours. And I could just bring my computer and get work done, or even during, soccer practices or whatever that looks like. So the work from anything is huge. I love the online coaching space, particularly because you really have the opportunity to grow your business without having to sacrifice more of your time. And in fact, when you start your business, especially if you're looking in the online coaching space in the beginning, you really are going to be focusing a lot of your time focusing on coaching one-on-one. And there's various reasons for that. It's number one, it's because it's important to do that before you create any sort of group program or courses or workshops. Because in the beginning, and I tell clients this all the time, in the beginning, when you create these workshops or group programs or courses, you're really only doing it through your lens and through your experience. And the problem with marketing these types of courses is that it is a much harder sell than trying to actually sell somebody one-on-one coaching, because when one-on-one one-on-one, you can tailor it to their specific needs. But when you have like a group program or a course or something like that where you're delivering to the masses, your marketing and your messaging has to be so dialed in order to sell any of it. This is why a lot of coaches will tell you that if they didn't go ahead and start coaching one-on-one and they just created all these programs, oftentimes what they run into is that the programs, they don't sell any of them. That happened to me. I did that. I didn't know what I didn't know. And so the benefit of coaching one-on-one in the beginning is you get to know your avatar, the ins and the outs of your avatar, and using their language and understanding. So you really get your messaging dialed in, but then you also get really confident in the transformation that you can provide for people. So it makes, by the time you go to create that group program or that course or whatever that looks like, you're more dialed in. So I know that was a little sidebar here, a little business education there, but I will just say that the benefit though of online coaching is that in the beginning, you are maybe focusing a little bit more on one-on-one, but you control when those calls are, right? So, I built my business out when I was working full-time and single momming it. So you can control that, but then as you grow and scale, then you can actually start leaving behind the one-on-ones and start focusing more on the group programs and the courses and the workshops. So you can actually start getting some time back. So that's a unique situation for the online coaching business model. You also have an incredible opportunity to turn your experience into your expertise. I work with a lot of women. Not all the coaches that I work with are women that using their divorce in order to help women, whether that's with like women coming out of like a narcissistic relationship or like helping women to co-parent. I help women a lot with those types of niches, but also it could be just your experience. I have one client who went through cancer and she's divorced now, but she went through cancer and she also went through divorce. And so now she's really helping to help other women just overcome certain traumas in their life. So we have such an incredible opportunity to use our life experience, really turning our pain into purpose, turning our experience into somebody else's roadmap, which I just think is a beautiful thing. Without getting into a whole spiritual discussion, I just really do think that is what we are here to do on earth, is to help other human beings and connect with other human beings. I think that's what we're here for. And when you can really start to lean into your purpose and really turn that into something that you can actually then make a living off of, God, it's such a beautiful thing. It's such a fulfilling thing to do. So I think that is such an incredible and unique thing. I also think why online coaching is so amazing is that, and becoming a coach, is because you have an incredible opportunity to help others while you heal. This is something that I talk with women all the time about, which is a lot of times what prevents women from starting their own coaching business is because they feel like an imposter or a fraud or a fake if they don't have it all figured out before they start coaching. And I got to tell you, that is one of the top blocks that will keep you stuck from really pursuing your dream of starting a coaching business if that's what you want to do. If you are somebody who's feeling that and you're worried, like, yeah, I'd love to help other women who are navigating divorce. I'd love to just share like what I've learned so far. Or yeah, I'd love to help other women in navigating a career change. I'm still kind of figuring out what I'm doing with my career, but I'd love to help other women just with what I know so far. Like, you don't have to have it all figured out in order to help somebody else. You just have to be a few steps ahead of them. I'm a perfect example of this. I'm a business coach. That's what I do. I help divorced moms start and grow an online business so they always have their own freaking money. Okay. But I don't have everything about business figured out. I have a business coach, right? Because there's always the next level to get to. And I think that's also true with personal development and healing and growth. You're never done. If you are somebody who's invested in personal development, it's like peeling an onion. You're never really done with it. In fact, the more you know about yourself, the more work you have to do, right? It's like you just can't unsee things anymore, right? Sometimes I wish I didn't do so much personal development because I'm like, God, I know too much, right? I would like to live in ignorance like I did in my 20s, okay? But you just have to just be committed to helping somebody just a few steps behind you. And I got to tell you, this is why I always talk about divorce, or starting my own business was like the thing that catapulted me post-divorce. Not only did it help me with the financial stability piece, but it also just incredibly moved me forward in my healing journey, because there is something wildly powerful about showing up for yourself and creating something of your own. There's something super empowering. And then there's something super that really builds your confidence when you are able to authentically step into your purpose and really start helping other people people. It was a game-changing moment in my life that was so, so powerful in my healing journey. So it is an incredible opportunity to help others while you're on your healing journey. So I just want to share with you the 3 things that most divorced moms need and really how coaching delivers on those things. So I would say number 1, we've talked about this a little bit. Divorced moms need financial independence, 1,000%. So coaching allows you to create that financial independence because you can set your own rates. You can have multiple revenue streams going in, like one-on-one coaching, group programs, maybe even eventually some digital products, some brand partnerships. You're creating opportunity for yourself. When you build something of your own, you are in charge of creating that opportunity versus being in a job, maybe a corporate job. Your opportunity is limited to just whatever that next promotion is available. And it can be very difficult to create that opportunity on your own. The other thing I think that moms really need is a flexible schedule. Divorced moms really need a flexible schedule. So owning your own business, especially like a coaching business, you can choose your own working hours. That allows you to work around like custody schedules, which could be really helpful. You can plan around your kids' schedules, so you don't have to miss that dance recital or the soccer game or any of that. You can always plan for that. And you don't have to worry about commuting. You can work from ever. I mean, honestly, you can be working in your yoga pants between carpool runs. I mean, really what y'all don't know is 99% of the time I'm like business up top and party on the bottom. Okay. Which that means today I have real pants on, but a lot of times I'll just have a real shirt on and then I'll just have pajama pants on the bottom. I just totally outed myself. But I think we all learned that tactic during COVID when we were doing Zoom calls and I just kept on the tradition. Okay. So there's a huge thing for that. I think the third thing that divorced moms need that coaching really does come through for is really just personal fulfillment. Right. I think that if you are somebody that is starting over in midlife and has gone through a divorce, you may be feeling a little bit beat down. You may be feeling a little lack of confidence. You may be looking at your life and being like, damn, okay, like what's next? Right? Like this is a new chapter of my life and I'm starting fresh. And so I want to make the most of it. And so I do believe that coaching allows you to make some real impact and helping other people. I do think it also helps you to build your confidence by helping others, right? I think that you will find that every client win comes your win and it just really lights you the hell up. Like when I get that DM or I get that message that says, God, I really needed this today. Thank you. I can't even describe that feeling. And this is a total stranger that realizing the impact that you're having on somebody else's day. It is there's absolutely nothing like it. And it also allows you to create something that is completely yours. So, if you are thinking about starting an online coaching business, but you don't know where to start, girl, you are in the right place. I want to give you 3 action items today that you can start thinking about this. And then I am also going to share with you guys something super special that I have coming up this month, a absolutely free workshop. Hang on for that, but let's dive into these 3 action steps. So the very first place you can start is really doing an experience inventory. So really sitting down and just ask yourself the very simple question, what did I learn from my divorce? Or what are some of the things that I have learned or that I'm really good at? And if you want to just start with your divorce, because a lot of times we learn skills going through divorce that we never thought we'd have to know, right? Like maybe some financial management, maybe we learned some co-parenting, some emotional healing. So start with that. And if you want to expand it to just maybe other things that you've learned like over the course of your life of like, what things that you could help somebody with, start there. And then the next thing is I want you to think about like, okay, of the things that you've learned, of the things you know. And I don't want you to doubt yourself here, okay? Like I just want you to, without judgment or without fear, I just want you to write. Okay, don't worry about like, oh, that sounds dumb. How would I make money at that? I'm not very good at that. I'm still thinking. I don't want you to think about any of that, okay? I want you to just write it down with freedom and don't let any of those ego-driven things get in the way, okay? What have you learned from divorce? And then who could benefit from it? Maybe newly separated moms considering divorce, post-divorce, people who are rebuilding their life post-divorce. Now, keep in mind, you don't have to become a coach that helps people after divorce, okay? I just know firsthand that going through divorce, it can be extremely traumatic and you can learn a lot about yourself. And so a lot of women come out of divorce wanting to help people get to the other side of that, but you're not pigeonholed to that. Okay. Like that does not need to define you. You can go in any direction with this, but I just want you to think about who could benefit. I also want you to think about your unique angle, right? Like what is your unique angle? Like I have a client right now that I'm working with one-on-one and she helps women find love again post-divorce. So I want you to think about like what is your unique angle is like, what is a very specific problem that you can solve for somebody. I help people to start online businesses so that they have financial freedom. That's a very specific problem that I solve. Now, I will say this can be a huge roadblock for people. And if you are somebody who gets stuck in this, then I definitely want you coming to my free workshop, Divorced to Dollars. That's coming January 21st and 23rd. We are going to dive into this. I'm going to be sharing with you guys in this workshop. If I were starting over brand new from scratch and had no clients, no social media, nothing to sell, didn't know what I was coaching, didn't know who I was helping, like all the things, this is the exact process that I would follow. So if you're struggling answering that question, or even any of these questions, like who would I help? How would I help them? What's my angle? Girl, you need to get to my workshop. Let's talk about your second action step. Time block strategy. I want you to map out your existing schedule, okay, for the week, or maybe it's for the month, including like your custody transitions, like your work hours, kids' activities, all the thing. And I want you to find at least 1 hour blocks weekly. And in fact, actually, if you listened to my episode last week, I actually said I wanted you to find an hour a day that you could commit to chasing your dreams. Okay. Last week, if you caught that episode, I said taking an hour a day feels hard, maybe even 30 minutes. So I would say I want you to create a half hour to 30 minutes to an hour every single day that you block off to dedicating mind space to this venture, to building your coaching business. Okay. And taking small actionable steps. And then the last action step that I want you to follow if you are wanting to explore creating a coaching business is really to start building up your confidence that you are capable of doing this and that you can help people. And how you can do that is, number one, just maybe start with sharing your story on, say, Instagram. And even if all your followers are just your friends and family, that is okay. All right. Like that's okay. In fact, that's even better getting going, right? Because you're going to get some reactions, I'm sure, for people who love and care about you. So start there, right? It kind of takes a little bit of the anxiety out of it. Start by sharing your story. Maybe you help somebody informally, right? Maybe there's somebody at your church, or maybe somebody that you work out with, and maybe somebody who's struggling, and you might be able to give them a little bit of advice, right? And the last thing that I want you to do, your action step for confidence building, is really just document the results. One of the things that I love to do is I love to keep screenshots of like when people send me really nice messages or thanking me, or even like little testimonials, just because it reminds me of my why. And it really fuels my confidence that I'm on the right track and I'm doing the right thing. So what I really want you to hear, and I really want you to take away from this episode, is that there are women right now who are scrolling social media late at night, searching for help. They really desperately are needing somebody. They really understand exactly what they're going through, right? They need somebody just like you, somebody who understands what they're going through and how to start getting to the other side. I remember what it was like where you are. I remember thinking, oh my God, like, was I crazy to start a coaching business? Who would listen to me? Why would anybody, like, who am I to coach? I don't have any confidence. I've never even taken a selfie. I'm not comfortable on camera. Like, good God, I don't know how to do social media. Exactly where you are if you're experiencing any of those things. But my drive to live a better life way outweighed my fears. And all these things that I talk about, social media and learning how to attract clients and nailing your niche and building your coaching offer and all of that, those are learned skills. And so I just want you to know that if I can do it, you can do it. And that's exactly why I want you guys to come to Divorced to Dollars. I'm going to be giving you guys the exact roadmap that I had in starting my online coaching business that I had when I first started. So in this free workshop, you guys are going to learn the exact step-by-step approach that I would take as a newly divorced mom who wants to start their own online coaching business from scratch. Like I said, no followers, nothing to sell, no idea where to start next, all the things. I'm breaking it all down to you. So I want you guys to join me for my free Divorced to Dollars workshop, where I'm going to show you exactly how to get started, all the way from like choosing your niche and deciding who it is that you're helping, who do you want to help, all the way to signing your first client. So you guys can head to the link in the show notes and sign up. We're going to get going January 21st and 23rd. If you guys have ever done a live workshop with me, you know that I am a no fluff kind of girl. I really, really deliver a lot of value because I want you guys to walk away with a ton. So join me in Divorced to Dollars, and I'll catch you on the next one.